Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Andrew and today I'm going to be taking you through the true cost to start an Amazon FBA business in 2019. Okay, so the way I've broken this up is in two different ways. Firstly, I've broken it up by the kinds of costs you're going to have to pay. So I've done that by product costs, product research costs, admin costs and optimization costs. And also by whether you have to pay it as a one-off payment or whether it's a monthly payment. Okay, firstly, let's have a look at the product costs. Now, I've gone with a 500 unit order of a £3 product. Now, obviously, the cost of the product is going to vary massively on what the product actually is. But a £3 product is, you'll probably be able to sell that for between £15 and £20. So we're looking at products in that kind of price range. Next up, you're going to be paying shipping. And I've gone with £1 per unit on those 500 units. This would probably be a little bit on the lower end for what you'd expect to pay £1 a unit. So maybe that's like a more of a lightweight product. But nonetheless, you can find products that would cost this much to ship. Next up, you might want to get 2 or 3 samples, so that would be around £100. What I like to do when talking to suppliers is agree to have the cost of the sample deducted from the final order. So if you were to just get one sample and go with that supplier, then there would not be a sample cost. But say you get 2 or 3 and you pick one, then you can expect to pay maybe £100 on sample costs. Next up, you're going to want to get a pre-shipment inspection done. This is basically just where a third-party company in China goes to your supplier before the goods are shipped. So once they're complete but not shipped, and they will look through maybe 10-20% of the units and test them really comprehensively and make sure there are no major faults. And they're going to pick up on any minor little problem. So you then can determine whether it's an issue that needs fixing or whether the goods will be good to go. But I definitely would recommend it for £120, it's just peace of mind. Okay, next up, you're going to want to get Alibaba Trade Assurance, which is a 2% fee on the cost of the goods. And again, the reason you want to get this is just peace of mind. Similar to an inspection, it just makes sure that the goods that you pay for, you're going to get, and you're going to get them on time. And it just reduces the risk that you're going to get scammed. Okay, so what trade assurance actually is a contract that Alibaba puts in place with the supplier that states 2 things basically: that the goods are going to be made by a certain date specified, and that the quality of the goods is going to be to a reasonable level. And I mean, the reason why you want this is it just provides like a layer of protection between you as a buyer and the supplier. Because, if you were to turn around and the quality of the goods was just nowhere near what you thought they were going to be, and you tell the supplier this, they might just say, well, tough luck. Whereas if you've got that contract with Alibaba, you can go to them and say, look, this isn't what we ordered, and they'll likely give you a refund. Okay, next up, you're going to be paying VAT of 20%, and this is value-added tax. So this is just a tax the government applies to any products that come into the UK from outside the UK. So in our case, we're sourcing from China for the most part, so we're going to have to pay that VAT of 20%. Now, one thing I didn't realise at first was you pay VAT not only on the cost of the goods themselves, so the £1,500 in this case, you're also having to pay VAT on the shipping because that is considered part of the value of the product you're bringing in. So in this case, we're paying 20% of £2,000, which is £400. Okay, next up you've got import duties to pay, and this is just a variable rate the government sets for different kinds of products that you can import into the UK. So I've gone with 5%. You'll find they typically range between 2 and 10%. If you've got a product that you want to know what kind of duty you'll have to pay, just look up UK Gov duty lookup, and then you get onto this page and say you wanted to source goggles, for example, safety goggles. Look it up, and then find the category that best suits it, and then you'll find the third country duty code. So this is what we'll be paying because we're obviously bringing it in from a third country. So in this case, it's 2.9%. Okay, next you may want to get some graphic design work done. So a logo, packaging, that kind of stuff. I've put £50 down, but this could vary from £5 all the way up to £1,000 really. It just depends on your budget and the kind of products you're selling. Okay, so in this case, the total cost of the product comes to £2,800. Okay, next up we've got product research costs, and for this I've just gone with the 2 basic Jungle Scout softwares, so the Chrome extension and the web app. The web app's £30 a month, and the Chrome extension is £75 a year, but you can only pay it on a yearly basis, not a monthly basis. So in terms of the cost of starting this business, you would have to pay the £75 to get it for the year. Now, there are other alternatives to Jungle Scout. There's Viral Launch, Helium 10, but Jungle Scout's just what I'm using right now, so that's what I've gone with. Okay, the next category of costs I've gone with are admin costs. And by this, I just mean the general costs for setting up and running a business. So firstly, you're going to want to register a private limited business. This is what I did. It costs £30. The website I did it with is yourcompanyformations.com, and I'll just show you the package I went with. So if you come onto their website and go packages. Okay, so the one I went for is the privacy package, and this is £28.48. And the reason I went for this one over the other ones is you get your own registered service address. So instead of having to put your own personal address on the Amazon storefront page, you can put a registered London-based address. So the benefit of that is just greater privacy. Okay, next up, you're going to want to get business insurance. Now, I've allowed £25 a month for this, and this will just cover you if, say, a customer were to try to sue you. Next up, you're going to want to get an accountant. Now, this will depend on what your goals are with this business. You know, if you just want one product that brings in, a bit of passive income every month, then maybe an accountant's not necessary. But if you want to build it into a multi-6, 7-figure brand with multiple products, then I'd recommend getting an accountant as soon as possible, because they're going to be able to advise you on VAT, taxes, and all the other business-related expenses that become really important as you begin to scale your business. Okay, so the business registration cost will just be a one-off cost of £30, and the business insurance, accountant, and Amazon professional seller plan will be £105 a month. Okay, next up we've got optimization costs, and these are costs that I'm associating with getting your product ranking for high demand, high quality search terms, as well as getting your listing converted into a really high percentage. Okay, first off we got the viral launch service in the UK marketplace. This is around £75, and this will just allow you to rank for a high demand search term. Okay, next up you're going to want to get some professional photos done. So I've allowed £100 for this. Now, if you've got your own really good quality camera and all the equipment you need to take these kind of photos, then by all means do them yourself. But if not, then £100 should get you some good quality photos. Next up, you're going to want to invest in a keyword research tool. So I've used Helium 10 as an example in this case. And that's £75 a month, and that will be a monthly cost as well, so I'll just move that across. Okay, the reason you're going to want to invest in a keyword research tool is it's going to allow you to find the kind of keywords customers are searching to find the product you're selling. Okay, for example, if you're selling a yoga mat, not all customers are going to search yoga mat to find your product. Some might search eco-friendly yoga mat, some might search thick yoga mat. But you need to know the kind of keywords customers are searching for so that you can begin to optimize your title, description, and bullet points to include those kind of keywords. This way, Amazon is more likely to rank your product for the kind of keywords that customers are searching for. Okay, next up I've allocated £300 for pay-per-click and just general marketing, so that's £10 a day. Okay, so the totals for the optimization costs is a one-off cost of £175 for the viral launch and professional photos, and £375 for the pay-per-click and keyword research tool. Okay, so the total to start this hypothetical business would be £3,590. So I've come to this total by adding up all the totals for the one-off costs as well as 1 month of the monthly costs. Okay, so that's an example of the kind of cost you can expect to pay to start an Amazon FBA business. Of course, every FBA business is slightly different, but hopefully this video just gives you an idea for the kind of ballpark figures you can expect to pay and some of the different costs that you might not have accounted for. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to drop a like and leave a comment on how your own FBA journey is going.